We are actually 20 years, more than 20 years in the cybersecurity industry. We have completed more than 1,000 projects, and also we have trained more than 10,000 IT professional training in the cybersecurity. So we basically do IT security assessment like VAPT, vulnerability assessment and pen tests, and also we conduct IT security training and also digital forensic services and also managed security services like for your endpoint 24/7 monitoring and incident response for your network or endpoint devices. We are certified, CRAS certified and also ISO, and also we are licensed by the National Cybersecurity Agency Malaysia and also the Cybersecurity Services Regulation Office Singapore. We are a Malaysian digital company, and we also have won Malaysia Cybersecurity Awards. Okay, so I will pass to, okay, before that I can explain to you more our services. So this is our services: cyber risk as management, managed security services, IT security training, and also IT security technical training. This is our online class and also the cybersecurity awareness training for all our staff. We have IT security awareness talk and also IT security awareness program. Okay, I pass to Ameer so he can explain more about OSINT so you guys can learn more about it and continue learning and growing. All right. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to everyone. So thank you, Manpreet, for passing the floor to me. So let me just get through to the next slide. So, okay. So anyone ever heard of what is OSINT? Can anyone can reply to inside the chat box? Just wanted to know if there's any of you have any exposure. What is OSINT? Yes or no? Yes. Some of you are familiar. Some of you are no. Right. So OSINT is basically it stands for open source intelligence. So it's basically what I can tell that in general. So it is basically that it is really related to us. It is because that we are doing research in an open source platform, which is in Google, in other in many kinds of platforms, which is in any different kinds of browser search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo. Okay, so that is one of it. And then we also have social media. All right, we have social media like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, and many more. So inside social media and also inside browser search engines, there's a lots of information. We just wanted to type for example, how to hack. So when it comes to uh, how to hack, let us see, for example, sorry. So let's go for how to hack. And if you can look closely, oh, there's no search result. Okay, so basically, just search any kinds of things that you want to learn or anything inside the Google platform or any browser that you wanted to, or any kinds of search engines. So you just scroll down and you can see there's lots of information. So once you click inside the website, and then that's your intelligence. But when it comes to open source intelligence, it is more like collecting information. So basically, OSINT is widely used in cybersecurity or maybe doing some research, or other than that, they also can be done by law enforcement, like they just wanted to investigate someone from like police authorities, any kinds of authorities wanted to investigate about their suspect. So from there, they would like to investigate this through from the suspect itself. So just from the start, which is what is their name. So they just need a name. So from there, they would just go through the whole internet. Doesn't matter which is from social media or from the internet. So they just go through all kinds of resources just to know what the name. So when it comes it is closely related to the suspect itself, then they will go for further investigation. Now they have their names. Now they need some information regarding to their home address, right? Home address. So from there, they would like to use some geolocation tools like Google Maps, or maybe they would like to cyber stalk through any social medias. So from there, they would likely see, maybe they know who is the family of the suspect itself. So from there, they would likely go through all of the photos that can be related to the suspect itself. And if let's say that the suspect have their picture inside that picture, so from there they would likely discover on and investigate from where is the picture is, and from there they can go through any kinds of investigation that would further to. So for OSINT, open source intelligence, these are the resources that are commonly used in when it comes to doing investigation, especially in open source intelligence. So we have internet, printed and online news, or maybe some archives, back archives related to 1980s that have maybe that are posted online or is still offline. So we need to go back to the archives just to collect some information that we needed, just the same as we do our thesis, our research, our papers, just the same. Right. And then we have social media, forums, and blogs, and also dark web. So these are the resources, and what are the real definition of open source intelligence? Just collecting available public information, which is everything that you have seen on the internet, every information that maybe that has been exposed, maybe it's your secret, or maybe it's your email address that have been exposed, or more worse, it maybe become your password, which is the password that have been leaked from any kinds of breach forums, or breach websites, or maybe there's a file that have your password itself. All right. Okay, now we go to the next slide, which is why OSINT matters today. So as I was mentioned just now, which is the first point, supporting investigation, which it helps the authorities, the police department, just to make sure they may have all the information regarding to their suspect. So from the from the open source information that they could extract from the internet itself, then possibly that it would be valuable for the investigators. Enhanced source validation, right? So from doing OSINT, then we know whether that the news, the propaganda, or any kinds of informations, as far as you know that today AI video that has been generated, there's a lots of AI video that has been generated. So whether that we wanted to believe or not, we need to do some background research, and based from OSINT, we can also verify whether that the AI video is real AI or it is a real video. So that would be reduce some conclusion from there. Uncovering this information and assignment efforts, detecting any propaganda and recruitment efforts, analyzing enemy patterns. So analyzing enemy patterns, it depends on who is your enemy. So if let's say we are as the threat intelligence, which is we wanted to prevent from any group hackers or any hackers wanted to trying to attack us. So we would like to analyze what are the hackers patterns right now. So we would like to see if there's any forums, or if there's any communication, if there's any posting that are related to who are they targeting next. So from there, we as a threat intelligence using open source intelligence, and from there we would know, and we would have a precaution steps, just making sure that our system, our infrastructure is really safe and prevented from these kind of attacks, which is the hackers would likely send any kinds of malware, or maybe ransomware, or maybe they would target our users, which is using email phishing, or maybe spear phishing, or let's say other than email phishing, they will also targeting us by using voice phishing. Who knows that they have our staff, or maybe our employees contact number, personal contact number, and just from there they would likely um, try to extract any kinds of valuable information regarding to your company, or maybe they would likely ask for your employees to do something that they should do, which is ignoring all the policies of the IT department that they have set. So let's say the hackers call one of your employees, right? Okay. And then they would likely claim that they are from your IT vendor, which is outside of your company. And then they would likely ask for the employees just to check if their email have received any kinds of email. So from there, they would likely claim that, oh, this is our system that need to be tested. So please click the URL that have been attached inside the email. And just by that, hackers would likely have the permission for them to get inside into one of your system. So this is why that analyzing the enemy patterns is really important for all the cybersecurity professionals and also threat intelligence. And more than that, maybe militaries, police department, and many more can use OSINT just to analyze enemy patterns. And last but not least is revealing hidden connections, right? As for now, who uses OSINT? So these are the three common, say, people that are been using all open source intelligence. So the first one, law enforcement. So as you can see that OSINT involves collecting and analyzing publicly available information for their investigations and also decision making, detecting criminal activities. And for OSINT, as we all know, um, we know all these kind of activities from the news itself. But when it comes to law enforcement, they would likely dig more than the news itself. So they would likely use all the platforms like social media, like internet. So if there's any activities or maybe postings that are more related to the particular crime scenes. So basically, they would likely investigate from there, or maybe uh, not the criminal itself, or maybe there are some random public posts that would likely mentioning about the criminal activities, and just from that they would likely to investigate the the respective person itself, right? Helps to identify threats, trends, and also emerging risks. Sorry, certain cases with admissible digital evidence, right? So for business and private organizations, so they will also use open source intelligence, just not to um not to do not to do bad things. They would likely go for the positive side, which is help investigate new markets and monitor competitors' activities. And just by using Google Docking, right? For example, you wanted to do some research about what are the recent trends that have been used that have been used for these few months. So by just using Google Docking, which is Google Advanced Search, and by that we can narrow the search, which is rather than you type something which is too general, so you can make it more specific. So later on I will show you some Google Docking demonstration just to show how does the docking work. Just would likely so Google Docking would likely narrow down the search rather than uh, 1 million results. Then if let's say you use Google Docking, then it would narrow down to 10,000 results, right? Then support loss prevention and marketing planning to make informed business decisions and also protect financial interests, company reputation, and also customer base. So basically, OSINT helps these two people, which is in law enforcement and also business and private organization. So next, which is the last one, which is me myself also using OSINT for black hats, which is sorry, I'm not a black hat, I'm a white hat, but I'm using it for black box. Okay, so using for black box, not black hats, because black hats is basically the hackers itself. So for white hat is the legal person that have the license, that have the legal permission to hack someone's website just to check the vulnerabilities itself. So without OSINT, we literally do not know what kind of environment which is our target itself. So using OSINT, all the information that has on the internet would probably they would reveal or expose any kinds of sensitive information regarding to the target. Okay, other than information, it would likely show to us what kind of past path, right? Path that maybe the administrator login page, all right? Administrator login page, and let's say we found an administrator login page, right? We found an administrator login page, then for sure it is once we log in, we are admin, right? Admin can do so much things inside the system, and maybe that if let's say I can bypass to the admin login, then I would like to escalate my privilege, escalate my power. I would like to become super admin, and just by that, by using OSINT, I can find that path, right? So White Hats use OSINT to strengthen security and prevent attacks, assist in mapping an organization attack surface, and last but not least, expose existing vulnerabilities without needing advanced zero-day exploits. All right, before we go further, does anyone have any questions? Any questions regarding to OSINT? Did I go too fast, or it's okay for you guys to catch up? Everyone's good? If everyone's good, so please react some emojis so we can continue. So we can continue to the next slide. Right, thank you for those replies. Okay. Now let us go for the techniques. What kind of techniques that we can do when we want to do an OSINT? Okay, so we have two. One is passive, one is active. So the passive one is more like the introvert person that would likely wanted to engage with their new friends, all right? Their new friends, or maybe with their families, they would likely just a passive person, right? So when it comes to OSINT, they would likely collecting publicly available data only from the third-party sources. So as for what I mentioned, that passive is more likely an introvert person. So look at number 2, which is point number 2, does not involve direct interaction with the target. So basically, the passive approach is more likely you are in front of the computer. So you are in front of a computer, you have your setup, you set up your virtual machine, all right, your visual machine, you set up your router, and it also connected to the VPN, right? Just to make sure that your IP address have been isolated, or maybe you don't want to reveal your current location of IP address. And then you already set up your sock puppet account, which is account just for you to use for OSINT investigation. All right, you're not using your real name basically, so you just generate a random name and just use a general profile picture, and then you just go through an OSINT investigation. You want to find any kind of person, or maybe you want to search any kinds of related stories that are related to this kind of person. All right, so it can produce large volumes, and also when it comes to passive, you are not interacting with the person itself. So it's basically that you can produce large volumes of data, but eventually it might be a low quality, or it might not be unfocused data, or we might say that it is a false positive data. We also not sure whether that the information itself is really true or not. So if let's say that we wanted to investigate this person, and we found an article that say that he is like this, all right, but we don't have any supporting article that they are like they did this, all right. So that's for example, so we cannot, how do you say, we cannot verify 100% whether that this person is really like this or not. All right. Next is for the active technique, which is more related to extrovert person. All right. So it does not rely only on publicly available third-party data. So when it comes to point number 2, it involves direct interaction with the target itself to gather information. So rather than they sit in front of the laptop, so maybe that one day their setup have a blackout, so they don't have they don't have a connection, so they would likely blind, so they would likely need to go outside and need to touch some grass. But we cannot underestimate every person in this world, because if let's say he is the one that quiet in front of the laptop, we might don't know that he has the skills of the communication itself, right? So from there, he would likely pretend to be somebody with a different characteristics. All right, we can say that maybe he can be serious, he can be sad, or maybe he can be, you know, he can be everything. All right, so from that he would likely impersonate or maybe pretending to be someone um that is someone related to the person that they wanted to search. So probably that they would likely uh take some names from his social media and then try to make some connection with him by creating any kinds of scenario, whether that, hey, I'm friend with Manfred. So for example, so this person knows Manfred, and I'm claiming that I know Manfred. So from there, they would likely believe that, okay, this person is really relatable for me. So why not? I just have just a normal chit chat. But by that, the first me as a OC investigator would likely try to dig as much of information as I can, right? So for active reconnaissance, active OSINT investigation is more higher quality intelligence compared to passive methods, since that we are on the working field, so we can just ask them if it's true, then the reply will be true, will be true also, right? And now let us go for the general OSINT workflow. So for the first one, which is start with what you know, use basic information about the target as a starting point. So basically, if let's say you wanted to investigate this website, this domain website, whether that it has leaked inside any breach forums that have been posted in dark web, or maybe that it has been exposed publicly about their employees information, like their employee's name, ID number, organization email, or maybe that normal telephone number and other more. So you just start with the basic information. So let's say you wanted to target a company, so you target with the name of the company. And next, you got your target. Next, you need to know what is your goal. So your goal is, let's say your goal, I wanted to create a, let's say, I wanted to know what is their trend, or maybe what are they are doing in more, you can say that more to success lah, right? So we wanted to know what are their weaknesses. So from there, we would likely, gain more profit than them lah, for example. And next is collecting the data. So you use OSINT and everything. And once you have the results, so you analyze the results. So you resort everything, you review and interpret the collected data. And next, you will do your further analysis, use the findings as a starting point for deeper investigation, and from there you would likely go for the further steps. So OSINT has been done from there lah, right? So you have your data, you have your everything. Next, you would likely wanted to do some analyzation, or maybe do some research, do some meetings on how to encounter this kind of problem, just to make sure that we win from our competitors. So just for example, but the workflow is basically it's just like this. Start with what you know, what is the goal, collect all the data, use your OSINT skills, use the internet, and then you have the results, analyze the result, and do some further analysis, right? But when it comes to the bad actors, the OSINT investigators, or maybe the cyber stalkers that would likely have a crush on you, or maybe they would likely wanted to know you more, but they are too shy, or maybe there are cyber criminals that are really targeting you since you have a high profile, or maybe you are a important person inside the company. All right. So the hackers workflow, just like I showed to you just now, which is start with what you know, right? Start with what you know, and when it comes to the hackers itself, they have might know who are you, and then they would likely start with a basic search engine. Attackers begin with simple searches, like your name, maybe what is your company, and the location that you have been living, or maybe where you have been vacation to, or maybe that when was the last family day that you have posted. So probably from there, they will give some hint from the for the hackers, just to know which which location that you'll be living nearby, right? And next, from the Google images, you can also reverse search in, you can do some reverse search, what we call. So from there, let's say that they have collected all of your photos from Facebook and also Instagram. So from there, they would likely just wants to know where is that particular location, and from there they would just use Google search image just to reverse engineer on where is it really located because of the background itself. So probably that the background the have some hints, maybe that it shows Jalan Semara, for example, Jalan Semara, or maybe Kampung Haji Abdul Halim, and then there's a building, or maybe there's a building that are related, that are really familiar with that in that state. Let's say for KLCC lah, for example, for easy example. So it just shows some a KLCC building. So basically that they know that it is at KL. All right. Next is collect information from social media. So just like I said just now, just you can collect all sorts of information regarding to social media. So that is why that it is not recommended for us to oversharing. Oversharing, when it comes to oversharing, it is oversharing everything, right? Oversharing everything, especially your sensitive information and also your personal information. Because when it comes to personal information, it is more related to, how do you say, some of us would likely created a password with using our family member's name. So let's say you have a son or maybe daughter, you put your initial sons and daughter name, and then you also put your birth date, right, as a password for your, to protect your, maybe your email accounts or maybe your banking accounts. And just from that, maybe that it will be it will relate to a password guessing method lah, because of the OSINT itself, right? Oversharing information inside social media. And from there, we also have LinkedIn, right? So it might have employment history, professional relationships. It is more related to, maybe they would likely create some scenarios just to do some email phishing or maybe voice phishing. Okay. Next, interest and also travel patterns. So when it comes to travel patterns, what uh not hackers but basically it's from the criminal side. Okay. So if, let's say, they know what is your travel patterns, and when it comes to when you are travel, so basically no one is home, right? So no one is home, they know where you live, and then they know when will you come back. So from there, it is one of their chance just to get inside to your house without someone notice. So that is why that it is not best for us to overshare any kinds of information. And next, once we had all the data, we also need to get more data, which is harvesting data using paid broker websites to obtain contact information, address history, phone numbers, and also relatives and neighbors. Check for stolen credentials in dark webs, which is looking for any kinds of rich data that are linked to the target's email address and also passwords. And next will be organize all the collected information. So all the information from what we have done from the investigation, we would likely sort out whether that all these information are really worth it, or maybe we just can throw it out, or maybe we can just filter it out just for inside our chunks or maybe inside our logs, just to make sure whether that it is useful for our future reference. All right. And next, then we have all the information, we have the data. So what we do next, we will just use and utilize the data itself, personal phishing and spear phishing campaign. And next, we would likely, let's say that we have your photos and we have also your voice, right? So we can just do a deepfake video just to spread any kinds of false information. So let's say we have a picture of your company CEO, just for example, we have your company CEOs photos, and then we also have a recording of his voice. So we can also use the AI to generate a video regarding to make a fake news and spread it out inside your organization, and it would likely maybe the hackers itself would likely do a ransom or maybe trying to blackmail. So if it's not entertained, then it would likely will be published online. So um, it would likely drop down the reputation of the company itself. And next would be voice phishing. So we maybe that the hackers have your phone number, your personal phone number, not your office number, but your personal number. So from there, they would likely call you, spam calling you, or um, spam calling you. And then if let's say you entertain them, you just reply to them, and maybe that you will also being paid by voice phishing. All right. And next is aiming for any further attacks. So when it comes to OSINT, open source intelligence, what are the common mistakes that have been done by the users on why does the OSINT investigators or maybe the hackers or the bad actors know what are your routines or maybe your information, or maybe there's a lot of missed calls from your phone logs that is from unknown numbers. So this is probably that one of the mistakes that we have been done itself. So first one, which is oversharing information. So oversharing information is crucial for us not to expose any kinds of sensitive information. So basically, the sensitive information that we would likely not to expose is our personal email address, and next our full name. It is not the best for us because everyone can use it. And if let's say one of the bad actors know what is our full name, maybe that they would likely use it for registering an account, which is they be pretending that they are us. Okay, they would likely use our full name and also our email address, and just two of it, then it is enough for them to create a fake account. All right. And next is never ever share your IC number or maybe your banking account details. So probably that it is not the best for us lah. And I believe that everyone is not overshare those kind of information. And next is public job roles and also tech stack. So it is more basically on how do they treat their victims in getting inside the game, right? So they do a call or maybe they send a meeting link or they impersonate that they are from this kind of vendor or this kind of company. So just by that, you would likely probe into that role, and you just believe them. And then let's say that they have been asking you for doing some transaction. So just by that, you may likely fall for that. Next is weak privacy settings, which is more to reusing your weak privacy settings, which is from your from your account itself. All right. Let's say you have a social media. Everyone have social media. So it's basically whether that how do you manage your sensitive information and also your data, whether that you wanted to make it public or you just wanted to make it private. Okay, so this is the that are related to with privacy settings. And next is number 4, you're using email or password. Right, you're using your email and also using your one password for all of the accounts. So that is one of the not best practice, and it is not recommended for you to use the same password, as we like to say that hackers like passwords. And if let's say one of the passwords are have been leaked inside one of the data breach or maybe data leak, and let's say one of your email address and also one of your passwords are there, and that particular password can be logged in inside the system itself, and you not enabling your 2FA or maybe MFA. All right. And as for example, you also use that use that credentials, which is that particular username and also your password for other accounts. So if let's say that the hackers more fast than you, all right, they would likely change, maybe they would likely change the password itself before you can log in. So just by that, they would just make their account to become theirs, right? And last but not least, which is number 5, ignoring breach alerts, more to not having the security awareness, right? Not having the security awareness, which is there's some news that whether that this system have a particular data breach. So one of the best practice, if there's any breach alerts or any data breach, so it is for us the best is to, as for a company, it is for us the best to report to the IT department. And last but not least is to change all of our passwords that are related to the account itself lah. Right. So far, are there any questions before we proceed to the next slide? All right, so if there are no questions, let us go for the ethical and also malicious use of OSINT. So there are bad and good, just as we just like I said. So basically, OSINT, it is depends on the person itself whether that they want to be bad. Sorry, they want to use the skills to be good, or they would likely just wanted to invade someone's privacy, or maybe they would likely just wanted to do some bad stuff on the internet, right? So for malicious, it can be privacy invasion and also personal data harvesting, cyberbullying and also harassment, cybercrime and also fraud. So when it comes to ethical, it can be done inside threat intelligence, just to monitoring any kinds of public forums, dark web mentions, and also breach disclosures, vulnerability assessment, finding exposed company information, penetration testing, and also doing some incident response, gathering all the context on and future attacks, or maybe what are the recent attacks, what are the patterns from public sources, right? So now I would like wanted to show to all of you how and what kind of tools that maybe that we can use for doing OSINT investigation. So just now I have mentioned to all of you about Google Dorking, right? So Google Dorking, so we have basically Google Dorking, there are lots of query that we need to learn and memorize lah, and we need to understand. But there is AI that can generate Google Docs query. So from here, what I would like to see is that, so let's say I wanted to find some files, PDF files for Tesla. So just type, I need Tesla PDF, I need PDF files from tesla.com. Just enter, and then the .gpt will try to generate the Google Doc that you can copy. So by that, just search it. And if you can see that all the Google results have showed to you that it would likely from the tesla.com, and also it shows to all of you, it shows to all of us the PDF results. And just by that, it is filtered to all the searches have been showed to us the PDF files, right? So this is one of the examples for Google Docking. But Google Docking, we need to always be careful, since that Google Docking can show any kinds of sensitive information, or maybe related to the target. Maybe related not to our target only, but to any kinds of people. And let's say that I would like to search for a person using Google Docking. Right. Are there any volunteers wanted to use their name inside of our demonstration today? Anyone wanted to volunteer their name? Right, I saw some of you have raised their hand. All right, so let me just try to blindly pick. Bashir Osman. All right, do I have your permission to use your name to do some searching? right? So since that you have raised up your hand, so right. Share Osman. Right. So from here, we will likely just um filter out all the Bashir Osmans from the internet itself. So from here, if you can see that there's a lot of features that we can use, which is image, video, and blah, blah, blah. And next, we are using tools, right? So for tools from here, if any of you that have have noticed, so from here, we can use anytime, so which is filtering out the date, whether that when is the article have been posted, or maybe what kind of result that we wanted to. So from here, we can have any time, past hour, past 24 hours, but I would likely just wanted to check the past year, just making sure that wanted to know whether that he's been active or not. All right, so from here, we can see that there's a person, Dr. Bashir Osman, Bashir Osman from LinkedIn. So from there, we can just try to do some cyber stalking, whether that this person is really the Bashir Osman that we wanted to. Next, we have their Facebook, their LinkedIn, their Instagram, or maybe we can also use can also use a website which is called whatsmyname.app. And from here, we would likely use this as we would likely wanted to see what kind of username that have been used. So let's say I would like to search for Bashir Osman. So we don't know what is his actual username, but we would likely wanted to guess. But just for this demonstration, we would just wanted to make it quick. So we just Bashir. So just for Bashir Osman. So just search. So all right. So now this is so we need to verify whether that I'm not a bot. All right. Cheers. Any other means? Right. Okay, success. Right. So now it's being processed and we're going to see what are the results, whether that has any kinds of results, whether that it related to any kinds of links or maybe any kinds of social media. Right. So from here, it would likely search to 690 platforms. Right, so next is that, so while we are waiting, so from here we can also see that the current results that have been shown to us that Bashir Osman, only this username, we don't know whether that this is the real username or not, but it shows to us that has inside a Blogspot account, Clubhouse account, Duolingo, Flickr, Flipboard, GOG, GitLab, right? So it's still ongoing, and we still we are not waiting for all of it. But yeah, so this is one of the things and tools on how does a hacker or maybe how does the bad actors do investigation to know what are the related information that are being targeted, or maybe what are related to their target itself. So just by that, by just knowing their names, that's why we see any agent movie or spy agent, I need a name. So just by that, they are doing these kind of OSINT things. All right, so then from here, internet is basically a public book that you can research on everyone. So just by that, you can just search any kinds of names, or maybe you have a crush on, or maybe you have a crush on someone, so you just uh try to just do some research or just do some search. All you need to do on how you utilize the search itself. So now we have AI, so you can treat AI as your best friend. So from there, you will likely try to learn some new things regarding to doing some OSINT, or maybe you can just refer to, you would likely go further on doing some OSINT investigation. So just for your info, you can also go through inside YouTube. So there's a lots of videos that are showing the real cases on how does the OSINT investigators use OSINT. So one of the law enforcement they would likely been searching on the persons that have been missing and everything, right? And next, we'll go to one of the dark web monitoring, which is one of the platforms, which is a stealth mole, right? So this is one of the cases that have been that have been exposed yesterday, which is kind of, I would say it's kind of critical because it is more related to our government insights, right? So from here, when we search Malaysia, right, we search Malaysia and then we go for the search settings and also government monitoring, right? So from the government monitoring itself, it will show some cases that are related to Malaysia itself, since that we have searched about Malaysia. And next, it also shows that the threat actor called Ashbond have leaked information related inside these dark forums. And one of the Google government monitoring that, sorry, one of the government that have been related and have been exposed by Ashbond itself is that these are all the targets itself, which is MARA, MOHER, GITN, and also MOD, which is Minister of Defense, right? So when it comes to here, it shows that there are a sample of an Excel file, which is the information, that have been breached, right? So from here, we cannot open the image since it is not good for us to show in public. All right. And next, let's say that one of the targets that have been exposed. So let's say we would like to credential lookout lah. Just wanted to see whether that it has any kinds of information related to. Go. Right. So from here, so I think it's better for us to filter out the results lah. Right. Right. So from here, you can see that the password has been encrypted, right? And the leak data itself shows to us is on 2023, and it is leaked from alpha.com.my, which is from this service, right? So, and next, these are all the encrypted, which is one of the strong privacy settings, right? But then when it comes to, we scroll down a bit, and then we see the password is starting using numbers, and then it shows a random number, which is, this is a password. It is not encrypted. So if let's say we know the email address and we also know the password, which is why that this is one of the weak privacy settings, and also it is also using a weak password, which is using a numbers only password. And next we have their names and also number combinations, FA097 864 QWERTY 123456. So these are all the leaked passwords that have been shown inside the breach forums itself. So yeah, so we got lots of passwords that are related to mara.gov.my accounts. So these are the things that would likely you will, how to say, you will see when you do some OSINT research and you have utilized some of the tools that have some of the free tools that you can see in online. And last but not least, I would like to share to all of you which is this website, Have I Been Pawned, right? So let's say I would like to see whether that my email address. So let's say I would like to check my email address, whether that it has been breached or not. So this is my personal email address. I would like to check whether that have I been pawned. So from here, it says that it has 3 data breaches. Oh no, pawn, this email address have been found in multiple data breaches. So from here, I will know that my email have been compromised, not compromised lah, but some informations that have been leaked out to any kinds of dark webs or maybe breach forums. And from there, it says and it mentions that my email address has been exposed, my location, my name, my password, and also my username. And from here, and yeah, all this data leaks information might help us on how can we make sure that our account is really strong, or it is already strong. Okay, And from there, what are the best practice that we need to do and need to be done is first thing is that we need to change our password. So change our password, enable MFA and everything related to our account, and making sure that our password is not the same to all or the other accounts, right? Right. And next is that audit what's already public post profile images. So as for that, one of the tools that we can use to check ourselves, which is, let's say you wanted to know what have been posted about yourself on the internet, which is inside Google or maybe any kinds of websites or any kinds of social media, right? So first thing you need to do is do some research about yourself, all right? Use some Google Docking and then try to use the What's My Name app, all right? If there's any kinds of fake accounts that you might have noticed about, then you can report about it. Or maybe that there's any websites that are using your name, but you are not even involved or related to that kind of website. So probably that you might wanted to contact with the website owner itself. Maybe you wanted to do you might need to find any email address about them. Then maybe you wanted to email them to take down all of the postings that are related to you. So you might need to provide some screenshots or maybe some proof. And just by that, you need to pray whether that they have seen your email or they have their website have been abandoned for a long time ago, right? And next is tighten privacy and also visibility settings, which is your important daily applications, which is your social media. If let's say that you don't want to since that I have showed to you what kinds of things that can be done on the internet, so probably that you might wanted to power not to make your account to public. Maybe you wanted to do your account to private, set your account to your to a private account, so that not everyone can go inside of your account and try to stalk to your account. Or maybe that if let's say you want to make it public, you just wanted to make a informational account, or maybe you wanted to become a content creator, make sure that your content, your posts, everything that are related to you is not even there. All right, especially your information, personal and also sensitive information. Using a VPN, request data removal where it's available, just like I said to you, contact to the website owner and try to email them. We wanted to remove all the things that are related to us and also remove or reduce unnecessary exposure, especially inside social media. Okay. So now that we have done for our topic today, so basically the conclusion itself, OSINT, open source intelligence, is really how can we say whether that it is a it is a skill that collecting all the information that are public posted, and also yeah, everywhere you can use OSINT. It is whether that you are the bad actor or you want to do all the data that you have collected to a good things or maybe a bad things. So those are things that we would likely wanted to highlight. But when it comes to you want to do OSINT, make sure not to breach something which is it would likely involve to you that have been accused to do some illegal stuff. So it is not the best for us. It is not the best for anyone to do those kind of things, which is OSINT and hacking is literally different things, right? Hacking is more to breach systems and we would like to get inside to your system. But OSINT is you just grab everything that you have seen online, then you just do analyzation, right? So basically that yeah, OSINT, you have the skills, then you have lots of things that you can find on the internet, right? So are there any questions? So I have a question. I received a question by Kate. What indicators can be used to assess whether social media platforms have been compromised or exploited by the attackers itself? So first thing first, if you have enabled your multi-factor authentication or maybe your 2FA, you enable to send your OTP to your email address, or maybe if there's any kind of breach, then it will notify your email address, right? So when it comes to you have you have set it up to MFA and everything that have been, if there's any suspicious activity or login activities, then it will likely forward inside to your email, right? So if let's say that there's an attempt of the attackers itself wanted to get inside into your social media accounts or any kinds of accounts, then MFA will help you. So if there's no OTP that the attackers that cannot be retrieved, or maybe they cannot guess what's your OTP, right? So it would likely that uh, the security team, the security alerts from that platform will likely notify you inside your email address. So this is why that it is important for us to make sure that we always enable MFA. Right. So from Muhammad Yazid, if I want to recon a company, can use Google Doc too? Yes, yes, why not? You can also Google Doc to a person, to a company, but it is not advisable for you to do some research about a person lah. So because maybe that you would see something that is sensitive, really sensitive, that is maybe that you would also wanted to know, right? So aura.com, helpful to clear our online details. So aura.com, just let me do some good research about it. Intelligent digital safety for uh, So if let's say that you have trusted aura.com and it leaves lots of good review, right? So just why not? And it's also payable, and it's not like it's free, and we also don't know who is the distributor. So if you know the distributor and it is trustable, then why not just subscribe to aura.com and subscribe $10, right? Then you can just clear all the details with the help of aura.com. So Tiffany, to answer your question, so it doesn't require any technical skills. It's just for the basic setup and everything, you can also find inside the internet, and they will also help you, especially in YouTube. You can also you can try to search Cyber Mentor. If not mistaken, Cyber Mentor will help you on how to do some setups, on how to do some OSINT, or maybe you can just use the internet, connect to the internet, and then you just use all the things that you wanted to search. All right, just throw away all the things that have in your mind and do something about it, right? And you also need to understand whether that the tools that you have been using, whether that it is um, since that all the information and also data that you have been used inside the OSINT tools, you also need to do some more research about it, because we also cannot confirm whether that the data that you have, do the research whether that is true, or you need to do more. So is the monitoring tools for free use? So monitoring tools, it depends on, but usually for the trusted one and more features that you can use, most of them are being paid. So you can, it is not free. I would say that majority of the monitoring tools are not free. Also, investigators using have I been pawned? So for OC investigators really use for have I been pawned, it's where that, so let's say that the attackers itself know what is your email, right? So OC investigator also can use for checking have I been pawned email address. So let's say you have they have your email address, and then they look at the they paste your email address here, and then they see what are the data features that was coming from. All right. And then they would likely go for Canva. So from here, it says that May 2019, and maybe that they would likely go through any dark web or maybe go to any bridge forums. And just by that, they would likely wanted to cover all the details regarding to this leak on this particular date and also year and what kind of platform. And just by that, maybe that they would likely have my all my details regarding to all regarding to the league itself. And just by that, they would likely have my email address, my location, my name, my password, and also my usernames. Okay. I hope you're clear about it. Right. So other than that, what job require for OSINT skill other than red team? Require OSINT skill than red team. So maybe you can also try to go for authorities like being an inspector or investigator. And next, you can also in blue teams also have you also need to do some OSINT skills just to guess the patterns of the cyber threats and also the cyber attackers itself, what kind of target that they be targeting in this recent days. Okay. Common name makes you safer from cyber attacks. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, but it depends on who is the attacker itself. So if let's say that the attacker is also a Malay and they know that our name is not common, so probably that we also not safe. All right, correct. So what's requirement to become security engineer? So the requirement for you to become a security engineer, first of all, you need to have the background of cybersecurity, right? You need to have a background of cybersecurity. It depends whether that you have a degree. If you have a degree, then it is how do you say, it is one of the core for you to get the security title. And next, you might wanted to go you might wanted to invest some certifications related to cybersecurity like CompTIA Security Plus, CISSP, or maybe you wanted to go to OSCP. It depends on what kind of roles that you wanted to do. You wanted to proceed, right? Uh, what? So a question from Badro. What if the social platform has password and to FA still managed to be hacked by sending friend requests? Either you click, accept, or reject. After the action, your account been hacked. So basically, I'm not sure whether that clicking and accept or reject request can be compromise your account. But if let's say that the fake account itself sending you a link, which is a suspicious link that you should click it. And as a normal user, if you receive any URL which is from an outsider or maybe a stranger, then it is advisable for us not to just randomly click. Make sure that we do some research, or maybe we don't know him, then why he need to why we need to click the URL that have been sent to him. So it is not the best for us just to basically click any kinds of link, right? All right. Are there any questions related to our topic today? So if there's not, then I will pass back to Manfred. Manfred, are you there?
Hello, yeah, Ameer. Okay. So thank you, Ameer, for your presentation today. So before we end the session, we have free OSINT exposure scan. This offer is limited to 3 companies. First come, first serve. So you guys can scan the QR code on the screen. Okay, all right. So if anybody we are done for today's session. So thank you very much. Thanks for everyone who joined us today. So if you have any question, you can email us This is our marketing email, marketing@condition-zebra. You can WhatsApp us also, and this is our website. So there's some few questions. We will take all the questions offline. All right, thank you.